I'm Annalisa, and I'm a PhD student in psychology at the University of Bologna, which is a coordinator of the SINCRONY project. And I'm here with Janette.
Yes, hi, my name is Janette. I'm a senior researcher at the University of Turku, which is also a partner in the SINCRONY project.
I think that the two projects are really related, the one to the other. I really had SINCRONY on my mind all the time while I was here. Of course, the main idea that is in SINCRONY that we're bringing with us all the time is the intersectionality lens. And I remember that when we were preparing SINCRONY and we were preparing the proposal, we had in mind this big challenge that was, okay, then intersectionality is essential, but how can we actually bring the underrepresented or marginalized groups into participation and into deliberation? And I think that this challenge was present here as well in these 2 days, and it was something we discussed. And that's a transversal challenge, I'd say.
I thought it was really wonderful how the intersectionality and the intersectional aspect really came through in the discussions here as well, because generally in youth research and youth engagement, there can be this idea that youth is a really homogeneous group and it's enough to just engage the young. But here we have had these wonderful discussions about how we should specifically ensure that all kinds of young people, different groups, and the intersectionality within those different groups is actually represented as well and heard in the future of democracy. One thing that I was thinking is kind of what we are bringing from the SINCRONY project is this quite pragmatic and practice-focused approach where we focus on these deliberative and participatory practices and how those can be used. And that kind of informed our work, at least my work in this creative retreat, in the scenario work as well, and focusing on these kind of practical solutions of how to engage citizens more, how to engage different types of citizens more directly and more deliberatively in our current systems and in the future systems.
Also, we had the chance to speak with different people and different profiles, right? Like we were more research-oriented and people here. I mean, there are many different peoples, not only within the research field, but also practitioners and politicians and within organizations. So that was new.
Yeah,
that was something we might bring back to our teams and to the project. And another thing we discussed about yesterday was that we're really, of course, SINCRONY is youth focused and that's his strength. And of course, it's about also the major issue here, but also something that was kind of new to me, and we shared our thoughts about that, was the idea that even focusing on youth, we have to keep in mind the intergenerational communication.
And finding ways for different generations to share their ideas and work together, even though they are, like a lot of the problems are problems of the future and for the future, but we still have to have everyone involved in the process and not just put all our hope on the young people, but also have this intergenerational approach to that. Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Yes, of course. Loved it.